Minds up, minds up. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Minds up, everybody. Minds up. This live is going to be a quickie, okay? That's what we're going to be doing as I am bringing to you guys the 30 seconds of motivation and transformation with Takiyah Diamond on A Squad Rebel Radio. Listen, I gotta use my brain sometimes, okay? It's all good, it's all good. What's going on? Thank you so much. Thank you all so much for being here. Make sure you put it in the comments, say hello so I can shout you out and show you some love. What's up? What's up? I see you in the building. Put an emoji. Let me know how you feeling right now. Just shout out. Say, hey, Coach, what's good? Coach, what's good? So Coach is doing good. Coach is all right, you know. I'm just excited to finally be going ahead and giving you guys these 30 seconds of motivation and transformation on A Squad Rebel Radio with your girl, Takiyah Diamond, coach, author, speaker, you know, and I'm just here. I'm just here to help raise the vibration on the planet, you know. And so if you're encountering me, I guess it's your time to raise your vibration too. So our message on self-love today, what I was doing is what I'm going to be doing is, as you guys get the 30-second clip, I decided I'm not going to leave you guys cheat you guys, so to speak. Like, I'm not going to cut you guys short, because there's only but so much that I could say in 30 seconds to really give you some insight. So I made a decision that after we do our 30 seconds of motivation and transformation, what I would do is I would come back and talk to you guys a little bit about whatever the topic of the day is. All right. So today's topic on the 30 seconds of motivation and transformation with Takiyah Diamond was on self-love. Hey, y'all, let me know you're in the building. Send a star, shout me out. Make sure you hit that like button, smash the notification button, and all that other wonderful stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and hop right on into this. I'm not going to keep you long, but I am going to just elaborate a little bit on our 30 seconds of motivation and transformation with Takiyah Diamond on A Squad Rebel Radio. I've got to keep saying it so that I can remind myself, you know, be able to say it without thinking so much about it. It's coming. I'm getting it. All right, so let's just briefly just chat a little bit about this. You know, let's talk a little bit about this whole self-love thing. So I think the message that I gave to you guys, and make sure that the music is not too loud. The message that I gave you guys on self-love today on our 30 seconds of motivation and transformation on A Squad Rebel Radio was about loving yourself unconditionally, right? Loving yourself unconditionally, because there's some times where we tend to not even notice that we may not be loving ourselves, right? Sometimes we sacrifice a lot of things, we surrender to a lot of things, and those are some things that we actually do need to take control of in our lives, right? And the first way to do that is to love yourself enough, because when you love yourself enough, you won't settle for less. You won't tolerate certain things. You won't do certain things. You won't sacrifice your morals and things like that, right? Because you love you enough not to do that. So what I decided that I was going to point out were some traits and things. Hey, I see you guys. Hey, Kira, love you too, sister. Hey, George, Jazzy, I see you. Thank you all so much for being here. We just talking, elaborating on our 30 seconds of motivation and transformation, and today's topic was on self-love, and so I'm just elaborating a little bit on that. So, first and foremost, we know that self-love and self-care is essential. It's essential for you to have a happy and fulfilling life, right? We know that when you're not loving yourself and when you're not giving yourself the right attention, so to speak, you know, just thinking right for yourself and taking actions based on what you know that you actually need, rather than just doing something just to be doing something, knowing that you might not get the outcome that you want, right? And that's all good, right? So we have to recognize, my point in our 30 seconds of motivation and transformation was really about us understanding the importance of relying on ourselves to love ourselves rather than relying on somebody else to actually love you in order to define you or define the love that you have for yourself, right? So, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a couple of traits, okay? We're going to talk about a couple of things to look out for. And it could be you or it could be somebody else that needs to take a look at whether they're loving themselves or not. So I'm just going to give you just a couple of traits and then you guys can pretty much decide. And if it's you, this is not for you to come down on yourself if you realize that, you know what, I haven't been loving myself. And guess what? Let me be the first to tell y'all, as much as I love myself, there have been times where my actions do not display that I actually love myself. So don't feel like, you know, Takiyah is just Miss Perfect. Listen, I grow through the same things that you guys grow through. We just have different experiences, but it's the same lesson at the end of the day. You know what I mean? All right, so the first thing that I have here that will help you identify if you are not loving yourself enough or if you're just waiting for somebody else to love you in order for you to love yourself would be seeking validation from others, right? So when a person is constantly seeking validation and affirmation from others, what happens is that can absolutely be a sign that they're not fully loving and accepting themselves, right? Because if somebody else has to validate your worth, how you feel about you and things like that, then that means that that person has more power over you than you have over yourself. Nobody else should be able to control the way that you feel about yourself. Everybody is entitled to their opinions about you, their perspectives about you, but that has nothing to do with you. And that's the part that we got to grasp here, is that as we're growing and as we're evolving and as we're going through our transformation stages at this point, where a lot of you guys are ascending very quickly, so a lot of these things are starting to show up in your life. You're starting to see some places where you didn't love yourself. You're starting to see some behaviors where, you know, you don't want to behave like that no more. You just don't want to do it anymore, right? Because you are evolving into a higher conscious being, right? Meaning that your thinking is changing, your behaviors is changing, your habits are changing. You'll notice that some of the things that you used to eat, you don't even like it no more. You know, it's things like that, you know? And so I get it. Hey, Shadira, what's good? What's good, Shadira? I got your book cover. I got 2 new versions for your book cover. I tried to drop them in your inbox and it just wasn't letting me. So maybe it's not meant for you to see it yet because Muhammad got 2 more that he got to do for you. But just know that surviving the narcissist, I'm sorry, it's surviving a narcissist. I got to say it properly. Surviving a narcissist is coming soon by my client, my love bug, my road dog, my partner, my biz partner, Shadira Birdzell. All right. So you guys definitely look out for that. That book is coming out real soon. Okay. So, let's get back so I don't get too much off track. All right. So just, I think what I was saying was just be mindful and notice it when you're seeking validation from other people, because that is a sign that you may not be loving yourself. You're seeking outside validation in order for you to love you. Okay. So the second thing was, fear of being alone, right? Well, I should have made this one number 1, because most of the time when we settle, we really just settle because we don't really want to be by ourselves. So what happens is we accept whatever, right? You don't want to be by yourself, so you rather deal with a lot of the craziness and stuff like that because you really just don't want to be alone. And when a person is afraid of being alone, what happens is they seek out relationships as a way to fill the void, you know? And I understand, you know, because who really wants to be by themselves? I mean, for me, I enjoy being by myself, but there's times when no, I want somebody around. I don't always want to be by myself. Okay, you know what I mean? So I don't have a fear of being alone. However, I you know, at times, if I am alone, sometimes you might need some company. You might need somebody around, right? So what happens is because you fear being by yourself, you'll just kind of let anybody be around you. And that's not cool, because guess what? At the end of the day, everybody got different values and morals and things like that. And you want to make sure the people that you chilling with is on the same page. You know what I mean? That they're all about growth and elevation and becoming better and, you know, evolving. Just make sure you're on the same page, because if it's a mixed match, then you guys may end up falling out anyway. You know what I mean? So don't be afraid to be alone. Sometimes you need that alone time to reflect, you know, to reflect on you, your past decisions and things like that, so that you can become a better you. All right. And so I want to say, and that by saying that fear of being alone can actually lead to settling for less than what you deserve. Okay. So stop settling for less than what you deserve. I don't know if this is you or your friend or your concubine or counterpart or whoever, okay? But listen, share this live. That's what I want you to do. Share it in your story. You don't got to share it on your page. Share it in your story and let them click, all right? So number 3 is neglecting self-care. All right, we all know that this whole message is about self-love to begin with, right? So let's talk about neglecting self-care. So when you neglect your own needs and you neglect your own self-care, what happens is you end up putting your focus all on making your partner the primary, I guess, like the primary center of attention, so to speak. You know what I mean? And that's not going to help you. That's not going to help you. You have to take care of yourself, you know, and when you take care of yourself, you will actually begin to attract people who actually want to do for you. They want to take care of you. They want to be in your space. They want to do things for you or whatever. But if you neglect yourself, that neglect of yourself is going to show. You know, people are going to notice that you neglected yourself. All right. So, but not that you need to care about what anybody thinks, but you need to care more about is taking care of yourself and not neglecting yourself. All right. And when you neglect your own self-care and you put all your focus on making your partner happy or your mama happy or your dad happy or whoever, it could be a sign that you're not prioritizing your own needs. Okay. You're not prioritizing your own needs. All right. So let's go to number 4. This is my last one that I'm going to get to you guys, and then I'm going to hop off of this. All right. So number 4 is if you find yourself sacrificing your personal values. Okay. Now I'm big on this because that's something that I don't like to do. I'm not a fan of compromising my values. I understand that everybody have their own perspectives and values and everything, but what I feel and what I believe is morally right for me is what I'm going to go with. You know, forget, you know, everybody else, they might be doing crazy stuff or whatever. That's what's out here in this world. What did you expect? But for me, I'm not a follower. I'm a leader, you know. I'm a leader. So, you know, when you compromise your own values, and let's talk about this a little bit, you know, your values and your beliefs to please other people. And I say your partner because most of our relationships have to do with your partner or whatever, but this could go any way. Like, this is not about just one particular person in your life. These are different people who may come into your life and you're not realizing that you're sacrificing your personal values. Okay. These could be best friends that don't, or close friends that don't have the same moral values as you. You understand? And then you find yourself letting your guard down. You find yourself doing things that they do that you normally wouldn't do because that's not who you are. So now you find yourself mimicking somebody else's behavior that might not even really be the best behavior that you need to choose. You know what I mean? So again, I don't want to point it at just your partner. I want to say in general, all right? It could be a sign that you or they are not fully loving and accepting themselves, or you're not fully loving and accepting yourself, all right? And so to overcome these experiences, what you have to do, you have to give love, attention, and affection to yourself, right? It's essential to practice self-love, self-care. What are you doing to take care of you? Are you speaking life into your life every morning that you wake up? Are you taking time out to go on a spa day or something just for you, or maybe you and your partner? Maybe that would bring you guys closer. Maybe it would give you guys an opportunity to talk some things out. You know what I mean? But this is really all about you making sure that you take care of you, okay? So I'm just going to repeat the 4 things that I shared with y'all. Signs that you are not loving yourself. Number 1 is if you're seeking validation from others. Number 2 is if you have fear of being alone. Number 3, neglecting your self-care, not taking care of yourself. And number 4 was sacrificing your personal values. All right. And so in order to tighten up on this, you're going to have to do some things such as setting boundaries, prioritizing your self-care activities, spending time alone to reflect and to think and connect with yourself. It's important in order for you to be able to bring in that balance into your life, and if for whatever reason you're struggling with this and you need help with this, and you might need counseling, you get me? Because there's the other things that contribute to why you act like this, which you can find a lot more in a lot more detail in my book, Untraumatized, okay? And this way, you can understand the importance of seeking professional help if you need it. All right? Because that's all through my book, repetitively. If you need professional help, get it. Please don't think that you can do it by yourself. If you see that you may be struggling to overcome some of these things alone, then, talk to someone. All right? I mean, I'll be happy to coach you. And if I'm a fit for you, then we can do a coaching program together where we work together, for about 2 months and get your mind right and on the right track. But if I'm not the coach for you, because I do not coach everybody, I work strictly off of energy and vibration. And if your energy is not a match for me, I'm not going to leave you hanging, but I am going to put you with somebody else that I know that is a coach that may be a little bit more on your frequency. Okay. So I won't leave you hanging no matter what. All right. So, at the end of the day, guys, get the help if you need it, get the therapy you need, get the counseling you need, work through any underlying issues that might be contributing to the pattern of seeking validation, right? That's where I was going with this, right? Working through those patterns, and seeing why do I feel like I need this in order for me to love me? Why do I feel like I need somebody else to validate me or love me or whatever in order for me to love myself? Okay. And it's not for you to beat up on yourself. It's really for you to just recognize that a lot of these things were passed down to you. Maybe you had some childhood trauma, and we know one of the biggest things that people think they're in love, but it's actually a trauma bond, right? Where both of you guys experience a certain amount of trauma, and so this connection, it seems so perfect, it seems so right, but then as you go along, you realize, like, wait a minute, this is not what I really want. I don't want this, right? But it's trauma bonding. You guys can identify with each other's trauma, but it's not really true love, right? So that's pretty much it, guys. In conclusion, it's important to prioritize in self-love, prioritize your self-care in order for you to live a happy and fulfilling life. And by recognizing some of the traits and the behaviors that I shared with you today, that's going to give you the ability to recognize it and do something about it, okay? When you recognize the traits and behaviors that are hindering your ability to love yourself, then you can take action, okay? And that's what life is all about, being in motion, taking action, right? And what you can do after that is what? Cultivate a healthy relationship with yourself, because when you have a healthy relationship with yourself, that's how you grow to have healthy relationships with others. All right? Okay, guys, I hope that helped you on our expansion today of 30 seconds of motivation and transformation with Takiyah Diamond on H5 Rebel Radio. This is just my expansion of my topics, and this is what I'll be doing. As I share my message of the day with you guys, I will pop in and do like a quick 5 to 7 minute little chat with you guys on whatever it was that the topic of the day was. Okay. Hey Rich, I see you. Hey Tess, I see you. Hey Rashawn, I see you. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all. I appreciate the love. Keep on loving me. Keep on following me. Keep on riding out with me. Guys, something great is coming from all of this. All right. I love you all. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification button. Don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to show me some love. Put an emoji in the comments. Let me know you're in the building so I can show you some love, all right? All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you again. And for now, deuces. What's up, y'all? Mine's up, mine's up. What's good? Ransom Rap. You will always be my boo. You were mine. Alright, y'all. I'm out of here. Deuces.